originate. I like the files. The files are going to have all 16 years of investigation this man was undergoing, was being done on him. People were coming there. He wasn't going a lot of places. Everybody was coming there.
So after 16 years of investigation into his activities involving underage children.
Not just underage children,
all right, but let's just talk about the underage children. If I am under investigation by my local police department, the county police, the state police, the FBI, because my neighbors have reported that young girls are in and out of my townhouse, and people are coming up in limousines or in Ubers, older men, come into my house at the same time as these girls, which would cause them to believe that I was offering these girls up to entertain these children. And they launched their investigation for 16 years into my, and what it would be like 16 days, not 16 years, before indictments were sought. But 16 years into my doing this in my townhouse, they're going to know who the men are who came in and out of the townhouse. And they are going to prosecute them as well. Nobody, I seem to be the only one. Maybe there are others. I hope there are others. Nobody's asking, what about them?
Well, you have to wonder whether or not all of them slept with the younger girls. We don't know that.
But the investigators ought to have an understanding of that. You know as well as I do, especially with the facts. Even if they believe that somebody is guilty of something, they are not going to lay charges unless they are, in their minds, 100% sure that they're going to get a conviction, because it's better in their minds.
Probably in English. We close space, everybody. We're just getting started. Go ahead, Rep.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad to see that it looks like they're doing something, but I'm always worried that we just get nothing burgers, no arrests, no prosecutions. It's now almost August, and the president has been the president for 8 months. They tried to blow his head off. They did everything they could do to make him seem like he's a Russian bed pisser. I mean, I think as Americans, we shouldn't be afraid of exacting justice, making arrests, using lawfare, and dragging these criminals into court and bankrupting them. So the sooner we see charges and arrests, the sooner we'll know they're not just giving us nothing burgers. Otherwise, it's just communication spam.
Sure. Okay. Let's go to George. Go ahead, George.
Yes, sir. I apologize if I insult your.
They kicked me.
They weren't saying anything. That's very likely. It's likely that people did know, but they didn't want to say anything. But yes, he was being investigated for that. He was being investigated for the money.
Okay. So again, to use my analogy, I hire a catering company to come and feed all these people. So if I'm the law enforcement agent trying to investigate me, I'm going to go to the catering company and I'm going to put the squeeze on somebody there or some people there to find out what the hell is going on in Gary's townhouse.
I agree.
Well, why didn't they do that?
Remember something, Gary. They had 16 charges against him before, and he got what?
There was a deal to get rid, it was Comey's daughter who picked up the gauntlet, not in Florida, but in the Southern District of New York, and that eventually led to his and Maxwell's convictions.
Absolutely.
And what does she get for that? She gets fired.
That's retribution. Okay, now. The other thing is, we talked about Trump said he never heard from Bondi about that his name was in the files. Did anybody remember that a few days ago he said he never knew that the attorney from the DOJ was going to be meeting with Maxwell? He was asked that. He said, really, I hadn't heard that.
Here's the thing about Donald Trump.
he may not have heard through official channels, but he, as we know, he sits in front of the TV. He sits in front of the TV and he's watching cable news. And so if cable news is reporting that this, and everybody was reporting it, that this meeting was to occur, certainly the President of the United States did, even if all the president's men and women conspired to keep that away from him. Of course he knew.
Of course he knew. And the meeting, they've had two. Now, and these are chummy attorneys, and one of them was, Trump's attorney. These are chummy guys, and criminal attorneys do not go and have their client meet with anybody unless they know, first of all, what is it you're looking for? What are you going to do with it?
And what am I going to get out of it? What's my client going to get out of it? That's number one.
Exactly. So there's that. And I think that Trump is looking for, it is not necessarily a distraction as much as it is he wants more. And then he can use that. Because if you talk about Epstein wanting to hold things over people, that's Trump's nature too. So when we know that. So that could be what this is all about. And like you said, maybe they can't just commute her sentence to pardon her. She's going to get a deal if she gives them something they can use, bearing in mind that she was also indicted for perjury. So they've got that going also. But I do believe that Trump, also, he held on to these files. He knew what was in the files before. If he knew about Obama, why didn't he tell us about Obama before? Why now? So everything, all the different things, the hedge people that he mentioned, which there were a lot of people in finance that were meeting with Epstein, because that's what he was doing. He was saying he was representing them in finance and investment. So yeah, there's a lot there. But I'm not going to say that everybody, including Trump, I'm not going to say that they're pedophiles. I'm not going to say they did anything. But I don't care about a list. You tell me where the list came from, how it was put together. Tell me the files. I want to see the files.
Brought up a real important point, and that is what good is Maxwell to them since she's been convicted of perjury. That speaks to her veracity. Of course, they may not be interested in her being beneficial to them in a court of law where her veracity will be attacked, but more in the court of public opinion.
Bearing in mind, she never testified. She never testified in her trial. So if she's got something to say, Trump wants the names. He wants to know not only who maybe slept with people, but who was there. Who are the people that you always saw there? You never saw me, right?
Well, I want that list too. Thank you, Meryl. Stephen, and if you speak for 4 minutes, you'll be on at 4:20 something.
Well, it's always 4:20 somewhere, regardless of what time zone you're in. So we're good, It's 4:20 for somebody somewhere. That's always.
See, this is what happens. This is reefer madness, buddy. You smoke so much you can't even read the clock.
Quit it. But no, for real, you bring up some really good points. I was hearing somebody argue for, about the list, and arguing that, that these people were just going to get a massage. And I'm like, well, massages cost money, period. And happy endings cost money, period. If you're going and getting a massage and receiving a happy ending, you're guilty of pandering.
I don't even care about the pandering. I care about the age of the masseuse.
Right. Well, this is all regarding, I think there was one girl that gave her testimony about this, or this one massage therapist or massage person, because nobody knows if she was a legit massage therapist. But it just amazes me to the lengths that the people who want to let Trump go or like end the investigation or don't care about the list or or don't want to see the documentation because, Meryl was absolutely correct. If there's 15, 16 years worth of investigation going on here, not only was Epstein doing his own dirty thing, but believe you me, the intelligence community was doing their dirty little thing too. Because if you don't think they want dirt on people just as much as Epstein wants dirt on people to control and manipulate the situations at hand, well, you're just like living in a bubble and don't know anything about the intelligence community because, well, that's how the intelligence community gets things done. Well, we know this about you. So if you don't comply, well, this will come out. And, but to the extent that people are willing to just reach outside of the box and like say, oh, no way in heck that so-and-so, went to Epstein's Island and, was granted favors to Epstein, that, the massage and the happy ending were part of that, and or ignoring the fact that somebody was paying for that massage and happy ending. And if you wanted to get dirt on somebody, you said it earlier, freaking you're in a room where, happy endings, cocaine, and you're a cop, and all this stuff is happening, well, you're guilty of complicity, and letting things happen and going against the oath that you took. And that's part of being in the crooked side of law enforcement, is that you are compromised. It's very difficult to keep an uncompromised position in said position because you're put in those situations. And I don't know, who, where, what, why, and how. But the obvious point, like you stated, if they were investigating you for having all these young girls at your house and all these old men coming in on a consistent basis, well, it doesn't take much to put two and two together. But it's not. It doesn't really surprise me. But for some reason, I'm still like, wow, in awe of the ability for people to just ram their head in the sand and go la 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 for this person. In particular, Donald Trump, who has already been convicted of felonies. He's already been, proven to be a liar, who's already, denied being on the list, even though and denied even seeing the list. And he knew he was on the list well before any fucking list was probably even discovered, because he knows his relationship with Epstein. And I would be shitting my pants if I knew this was all about to come to light. And yeah, I am sure, positive, there are many politicians, many up-to-the-up people on that list, and each one needs to be investigated individually and brought to freaking justice. Those girls need to be found. They need to give their testimony in safety and sanctuary where they're not going to be exposed, because they have that right. They're victims. And I believe the majority of the reason is that for 110%, there are so many people on that list that not only the CIA or the intelligence community has dirt on and doesn't want to lose that dirt on them, and still wants them to be in their positions of power so they can use that dirt on them. This goes way deeper than Trump, way deeper than Epstein even. And, he was just a facilitator in my mind. And he was getting tons of favors and being put in a position to have leverage over people. And it's a rare person that will not take advantage of those situations. And, the people that are on the list that did not participate, again, they were probably not freaking ignorant of it, because I don't know about you, but I'm a man. If I was like, hey, man, I just got a massage and she gave me a happy ending, man. I didn't even need to ask for it. I mean, I'd be telling everybody at the party.
And
like,
not
hey,
only
man,
that, she
happy
was
ending for
14
the
years
massage.
old, man.
Yeah, no, I get it. And that's sick and twisted, you know. And I can't, you know. And another argument they put forth, well, what's the legal age of consent? And I'm like, there is no legal age of consent for prostitution, buddy. Prostitution is prostitution, and if you're a woman giving out handy J's after a quote unquote massage, I don't know about you, but I've seen plenty of massage parlors go down.
You know a lot about these massage parlors, Steven, so thank you for your insight. We're going to move on.
You know, I got friends.
Yeah, I'm sure. So thank you, Steven. We'll go to Chris and then Odie. And where before I go to Chris, I just want to say, because the previous caller mentioned the police, they, you know, and this is a little off topic, well, maybe way off topic, but I just want to address what he said. The police have two other things that contribute to this kind of cover up. They have something over you kind of thing, and that is the blue curtain and qualified immunity. Now, some of that's being busted open by cameras, but that adds to the protection that's already built in when it comes to holding police accountable when they violate people's Fourth Amendment rights. And I would say that it's sort of like going to Vegas. You know, the house always has the advantage. In these cases, the cops have the advantage, with the exception of when it's captured on video. Chris and Odie, where?
I'm going that way. No problem. Gary.
Chris.
Gary, you've done that thing again I like, where you make a thought-provoking conversation out of something that may just be able to sweep under the rug. Great job, Gary. Another great topic for another great day.
It's not me, it's the people who contribute like yourself.
Well, I'll take some credit, but it ain't up to me. I don't make the topics, and I missed your monologue. Normally it's really good, but I'm sure you've given people a lot of thought-provoking things since I've been here. Now, let's start from where you started at. Gary, I'm actually going to blame you for the reason Trump won't be able to shake this Epstein files. And the reason I say that is not because you were there and you have detailed information. No, it's because you are giving thought-provoking conversation that is going to leave us to continue to think about this even after the 5 weeks of them trying to shut down Congress. The reason I say that is because the questions that you're asking in here are the questions anybody that has ever had a RICO in their community knows. It takes about 5 to 8 years before that RICO gets to about 98%. They don't need 16 of them. They know everybody coming and going when they write that RICO out. They are investigating every single catering company in your example, or every single hired vendor that could have been in place of those crimes prior to those crimes getting out and the public knowing about the RICO, or any type of investigation done by the FBI. They have 16 years of this information, and we all know it. Now, we all know that Trump can't shake this because Trump has a problem doing the shaking correctly. He is literally shaking in his boots. And every chance he gets, he wants to defame the next person or pass blame on the next person instead of standing in front of this and saying, like everybody in here kind of said, well, he was a friend of mine. I did not know what was going on. Here's the documentation. I'm also with Merrill. I don't care about a list. The list can be compiled by the files once we all get the files. Because if you give us the files, then we can dictate who was there and how long they were there and what they possibly went for. And then you can go investigate the actual victims and give the victims either a voice or give the information or the victims, what is it, not deposition, but when they give their accounts of it all. We could get that out the files.
Victim statements.
Victim statements, thank you. We can get those out the files. So assuming that we need another 6 months, 8 months, 2 years to get this information when the documentation and the files have already been compiled. Thank you, Pam Bondi, for opening up your big mouth and telling the world that you had all the files sitting directly on your desk, so we at least know that they're real. Thanks, Trump, for saying, hey, we're going to release these documents the moment I get back in office because we're going to get those criminals out of here, those Democratic criminals out of here that was going to Epstein's files. Thank you guys for pushing the narrative enough for now us to have thought-provoking conversation about why are they all hiding it? See, it was easy when you wasn't trying to hide it and you said you were going to do it and then you were going to release some and not all, and then you did release what people thought would have been enough, but everybody knew that wasn't enough. But you played the game so long that the road ended, but the game's still playing. Now your toes is at the end of the ledge or the end of the cliff, and you have to jump now. And it's crazy to witness it, and we'll go to the game, so I don't want to hold you up too long because I think right there just basically told us. I just want to answer a question honestly. I didn't want to go into all the details and everything, but the Ghislaine Maxwell thing is very, very interesting to me. It's because that woman had the rights and the ability to speak for herself, to free herself from a lifetime of prison. You know what she didn't do? She didn't utilize all the information that she had to free herself.
Well, as Ghislaine Maxwell's attorney keeps saying, whenever anybody will listen, my client is not.
He did not give all the information to a person that could have saved herself. Why wouldn't she save herself with all that information? Instead, now, hello?
Yeah, I answered you prematurely because your audio dropped out.
I'm sorry.
I said, as her attorney repeatedly says to anyone who will listen, my client is not suicidal. That's a message she's sending, that if she suddenly ends up swinging from the rafters of her cell, she is not suicidal.
Well, Gary, and that's funny because my look at this is she's not going to be suicidal. You know,
that's your point. That was your point.
Well, yesterday, she showed back up to prison with a box of goodies.
Right.
Who gets a box of goodies? Normally a person who works with the people.
Well, the important thing is the reason she kept her mouth shut, it could be extrapolated from what her attorney said. The reason she kept her mouth shut, as you pointed out, by not revealing the names, is because she is not suicidal. What he's intimating is, had she released that stuff, she may have suddenly committed suicide. That's what he's intimating.
Well, again, I'm with you on, hey, if they had 16 years of documentation on this situation, we shouldn't have to wait another 6 months to figure out if this information is
right. And you're absolutely right that only in the most complex of cases, which this may very well be, does it go even 5 years. So
yeah,
that was
I've watched many in my city to take down 40 plus people in less than 8 years.
Oh, they do it in months usually.
And that's my gist of that part of the conversation. But that also is why personally I don't believe he'll be able to shake this, because people like you who are continuously asking the thought-provoking question that takes that top layer off. Somebody also said that, you know, those people were high-profile people in those places, and maybe they wanted something over them. Yeah, I'm sure if they had that documentation, it would be hard for any intelligence to want to give that information up, because the intelligence is the power. I think we see that currently with the Republican Party and how Donald Trump can tell everybody that I can do what I want to do. I'll primary you if you don't follow my rules, and everybody has to do what I have to say, because intelligence, current intelligence on doing that to people is being able to know that you can sue or take them to court or primary them. That's the intelligence. The same intelligence goes with the documentations of these key files of people that actually was involved in that at the highest levels of our either government or our financial circles in the country. Hey, that information should come out, but we all know that if it did come out, it could shape this country to a position of failure. And I think it should, because I'm one of those people that says children deserve to be safe at any cost in this country, in any country in this world. Children should be the first instance of people who deserve to be safe. I think God or the Bible spoke about protecting children and women, and I think this would be both of them. So if we have the Christian-based religion people in here, I don't want to, no disrespect to anybody's religion, but if you have a sense or inkling that you have any Christianity beliefs, you would understand that this would be the perfect time to stand up on those, to make those people have to stand up on them too, who told you that they were running or being politically driven by those factors of doing things right by the Christian faith. This would be it, making sure the children and the women are completely safe by exposing the criminals and the pedophiles that would have did this to these people and got to go under under the radar because they got air quote the big fish, when he honestly might have been just the smallest fish in the pond and the easiest to catch up on. Hey guys, thank you, Gary. You do a great job every time, man. Keep going with the room, and please don't let this die down because this is the beginning of opening up our world into a new world. And hopefully we don't have AI take over where we can't do this type of stuff because they dictated that we can't anymore before we get real truth. Real truth needs to come before AI takes us over. And I'll land there.
I actually did an experiment involving AI yesterday, and what I asked it to do, it did so fast and so well. And I understand that it is a job that there are thousands of people who are gainfully employed doing that work. And it just took the task I gave it and it spit it out in like 3 seconds, literally.
Well, Gary, the information I'm speaking of is if AI gets the ability to, let's say, do mass surveillance or some type of hard police work.
I'm sure that's going on already.
What I'm saying is, if that becomes the case, then we get open to it and allow it without any of this information. Once you start seeking out this information in spaces like this, Gary, I would have to be concerned for your health, your safety, because we didn't get the information prior to the big wig, the people at the top who could have been influenced or doing these things that he's thinking, now have the power to control us in that manner. Hey, we won't have this conversation tomorrow. Why? Because Gary had 3 guys in black suits show to his house, and we don't see Gary anymore. And that's the biggest fear that I had, is we need this type of information before the big takeover of information, AI information, because who's to say how they utilize it, they try to control us back down to where we don't actually have these type of conversations or speak of these type of things because we don't have control of it anymore. And I'll land there, like I said. Thanks.
The technology is there already, Chris. They're using it in the Chinese Communist Party is using it, and everybody's required to have a smartphone, and the smartphone tells them where they have been, who they've had contact with, and if you have contact with the wrong people, then you can have your ability to get on public transportation taken away from you, the amount of food that you can get at the store reduced. And so if somebody is saying something that is unpopular to the government there, and he or she is my friend or my coworker or my relative, and I visit them or I communicate with them, there will be an alert through their algorithm that says that I've had contact with that person, and I will be receiving punitive measures. It's all designed to prevent that person from spreading their opinions that the government there does not want discussed. So what Chris is talking about is not a hypothetical, only in terms of whether it ever is implemented in the United States, but the technology is already there. David, I'm not going to be able to get to you because you came on the stage too late, but Odianware, you get the last.
Thank you very much, Gary. It's been a long time. I come sometimes, but I've been so busy. So worked up now because I have to work harder now. All the things I told you before the elections so that Trump is going to destroy your judiciary and Trump is going to make a mess. Are you hearing me, Gary?
Yes.
Trump is going to mess for America. And I think that it's going to demystify the greatness of America. All things are coming to come. Building is. Trump is going to destroy America, so I'm just here on the sidelines waiting, taking all my predictions I said before the election. But let me go to the Epstein case. Trump is such a fool that he made noise about Epstein. Should I just keep quiet? Nobody really cares about Epstein. I don't care about I wish him the worst. But why were you making noise about it? Why did you make it a campaign issue? Now you can't fulfill. Trump is listed there. And in fact, today I just saw a news from an ABC reporter where
delaying some form of limited immunity. Why? Of all people. But like I said, there's nothing Trump is doing now that is surprising me. You know me. I was putting from the onset. I was shouting. I was screaming. Don't let this lunatic get that power. But people thought I was crazy. Even caused some fights with certain people. They told me to go back to my country. I'm not American. It's okay. So I'll just be there watching. He can't escape everything. He can't escape everything. There are just too many pictures, too many stories. Today he said, that the letter that he saw was maybe somebody wrote the letter with his name. He can't just shake off Epstein. And again, it is his fault because he made it a campaign issue. The Republicans thought that they could set the Democrats. They could call the Democrats pedos, all those things. No. Everybody's defending Trump. What a shame. Anyway, Gary, thank you for your time. Like I told you, all the things that are predicted to happen in America is happening. I mean, yesterday, I had Marshall argue with someone about the banana republic. I am living in a banana republic. America is becoming a banana republic. When you are Attorney General, he's flaunting rules. Your president is flaunting rules. That's how banana republics are made, if you don't know. Thank you very much. I yield.
Yeah, I specifically meant that we're not a banana republic with a hometown, right? We still have local elections, we still have statewide elections, we still have national elections. We have many, many, many problems, but we are not a banana republic. And saying that we are takes us to a place where I don't think we get serious things done, Odie. I think it makes it that much harder to get people to the middle to have the needed reforms necessary for government.
I'm saying America is heading towards there. Look at the actions of Bondi. Look at the people Trump appointed, Cass Patel, Dan Bongino.
If you would like my opinion, yes, the United States could be headed there, but it's not because of Donald Trump. It's because of Donald Trump and all of the other presidents that we've ever had who've grown the executive branch into a kingship. Donald Trump is not the first president to have king-like powers. Joe Biden had them, Obama had them, George W. Bush had them, Clinton had them, George H.W. Bush had them, Reagan had them. That's not my point. My point is people are mad at the power of the executive, which they are, and they want it to be less powerful, then they need to address the power of the executive, not simply the office, not simply the person in the office, right? So that would have meant when Joe Biden had power, the Democratic Party should have said, the executive is too powerful. We need to go back to Congress and have Congress limit the executive's power. But here's the problem. Whenever either party is in power, they're like, no, it's my guys, so taking the power is tight. Growing the power of the executive is cool. But when it's the next dude, it's dictatorial, it's Hitler-esque, it's Gestapo. And you wind up in this place where both parties point their fingers at the other, and all that happens is that the executive office gets more and more and more powerful, so that ideas like the unitary executive theory actually have purpose because of the way we think of the executive and because of the amount of power we have given the executive. The unitary executive theory would not be such a powerful argument had we not had, say, the Patriot Act. The presidency would not be nearly as powerful, and it would be more repellent to the American public. My point is, it is not repellent to the American public because we have grown used to the imperial presidency. And it is that imperial presidency which we should seek to reduce, regardless of what party we are actually in.
I think you and Odin were basically agreed, believe it or not. Folks, we're here Monday through Friday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. New York time, so until 5 p.m. New York time on Monday. The next edition of the Critical Thinking Forum. Everybody be safe, be well, have a great weekend, and peace out.
church. There were actual Palestinians that were on Zoom. But when it comes to Al Jazeera uses a lot of the bloggers. I'm sure others do too, but not the mainstream media because they didn't have a relationship with them. These bloggers, these YouTubers that were in Gaza, that were already writing about the atrocities in Gaza before October 7th. So Al Jazeera just switched over and said, "Can we work together?" But Western media sources, it never occurred to them to go and work with brown people.
This is what I do, right? I look at the Times of Israel, I look at Haaretz, I look at the CNN, and I look at a whole bunch of these mainstream, right? And a lot of times there's truth somewhere in the middle. You see what I'm saying? So Times of Israel will report it was Hamas that was, the suspect of Hamas was there or something that got killed. If you go to Al Jazeera, it'll be like a propaganda source. Oh, they just killed like 20 people. Same news. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, 20 people. It just depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for something, if Israel says something that's critical of Israel, the Times of Israel says something that's critical of Israel, that's more credible than Al Jazeera saying something that's critical of Israel.
Yeah.
If Al Jazeera says something critical of Palestinians, that would be more credible than if Israel said something critical of Palestinians. So, you base you pick the sources that are most credible for the answers you're looking for.
I like Haaretz, man. I like Haaretz. Their stories, oh my God, on point, man.
Yeah.
Even Wall Street can't even compare to Haaretz. Haaretz stories, oh my God, on point. And the shit that they write against Israel and support of Palestine, I like it. I think, and the guy at the publisher at the London conference, he said Hamas is resistant fighters. They should put sanctions on Israel, and that was it. I'm like, I'm gonna have to, dive into this newspaper. I'm gonna become a member of it.
I think they're sanctioned in Israel.
Yeah, they put sanctions on the Haaretz, and so there's no government contracts anymore. But they still have millions of subscribers. And there's one or two towns inside Israel where the mayor of I forgot the name of the town. They blocked the sale of Haaretz because Haaretz is like a leftist.
Yeah.
And some of these Israelis, they think that there's an anti-Israel newspaper, anti-this, anti-this, and I think some of the narrative comes off as like anti-Zionist narrative. You see what I'm saying? And it's one of the oldest newspapers since 1920s.
Yeah.
So I think it's interesting, man.
Yeah, they have a huge subscriber base too.
Hey, Shape, everybody, if you guys want to come on up. I don't know what you guys doing. I'm not sending you guys invite because I turned off the hand raising. Unmute, come on up. You don't need invitation, guys.
Shape, come on up, Shape. I know you're...
Alaikum assalam. Hey, what's up? Welcome, Leslie. Welcome, Shape.
Alaikum assalam. Shape is, it's Friday, so I'm sure the Shapipe is coming out.
Yeah, of course.
He's
in his backyard in the pool.
Alaikum assalam.
So, Shape, you've been hanging out with the Zionists recently? Today, yesterday? No? Are they toning down a little bit in some of the rooms?
Oh, you want to hear the most stupidest thing that Amr said? He said that Israel is going through a starvation too.
Well, I mean, they are pretty chunky people.
What did he say?
He said that Israel is going through, that both sides are going through starvation.
I mean, they are pretty chunky people.
Where the fuck did he get that from?
Well, I'll tell you where.
Palestine.
No,
Palestine was there.
There's a very logical explanation, and it's true. It's true. So, okay. No. I remember that. Everybody's going crazy with that.
It started for the humanity. Yeah.
No. This is why Amos has a point. So after October 7th, they stopped letting Palestinians that worked, hundreds of thousands of them in Israel, and a lot of them were chefs. A lot of them were chefs in restaurants. So, now you have Israelis or Indians.
And now they go Indians. So
been diminished, and I feel bad for them. I really do. I mean, they're mixing curry with hummus. It's getting really bad.
I don't know how these brains work. They just build a complete different dimension and live in it.
That's what I'm saying. A society like that will not last.
I'm gonna ask him why he said that stupid shit.
No, but this is honestly, it really, you know when you used to learn about how Nazi society operated? This is what it's taking me back. When people like this Amos and his ilk talk and give their narrative, it reminds me of what we were taught about the Nazis and how they used to act, how they used to talk about themselves. It's just insane.
Well, the Nazis, though, I mean, they were bad. I mean, obviously, but the thing about them is, we knew what they wanted. They knew what they wanted. They said, we are the superior race, Our objective is to build and maintain a superior race and to get rid of those that are inferior. And to rule as much of the world as possible. Like, they had clear objectives. But
the Zionists don't?
No, the Zionists, the Zionist objectives, they hide them behind,
I don't hide them.
No, well, they hide from themselves. They hide them from themselves. They say how this is right. This is, they have this moral compass, which they call Judaism, and they base it on Judaism, but Judaism has nothing to do with what they're doing.
For their own political gains.
So they lie to themselves first, so by the time they get to everybody else, by the time it gets to us, it's no longer a lie, it's something that's even past a lie.
They convince themselves, they're told the lie that many times to themselves.
Yes.
That it's become their truth.
Exactly.
It's insane.
So we got the UN chief says Gaza under a moral
Zionists kicked me off.
crisis. Yeah. The UN chief says Gaza under a moral crisis. Aid is said to be scaled up in case of truce.
There was another thing, I'm not sure if you picked up on it. I believe, I'll have to find the article again. I believe there was an internal investigation. Was it by USAID? That they've concluded that there was no systematic looting of aid by Hamas. Well, there was no looting of it. Let me just double check and find the article.
Yeah, see what the source is, please.
Bear with me.
Hey, what's up, Simone? Welcome.
Funny enough, so I just put the same thing in Google. First source is the Times of Israel.
The Times of Israel saying this too?
So there's an article. It says that it's titled USAID finds no proof Hamas and systematically loots aid. State Department IDF pushback.
That's just bullshit though. Looting things during starvation.
Wait, you said looting or not looting? You said not looting first.
You said looting.
Yeah, so obviously it's in the title. It says no proof Hamas is systematically looting aid or
okay.
So there's no proof.
No, that's the new thing that they're trying to push is this whole Hamas stealing food, which clearly there is no video.
No, but their own agencies.
It's not a new thing, it's an old thing, TJ.
Yeah, it's an old thing, but they're obviously their own agencies, USA.
No, like it's like being like now it's like being pushed even like into mainstream right now.
Oh yeah, so I heard a government spokesperson from Israel. He came on Sky News, I believe.
Yeah,
and he said that he goes that Israel is allowing aid. The starvation is coming from Hamas starving people. That's what he said.
World Food Program can't debunk that.
Yeah, but their own agencies are debunking them. No one else needs to debunk them. USAID has debunked it.
USAID.
Yeah, but you know what's interesting? Is they always seem to find. So whenever there's something, for example, last time there was a shooting and they said, Hamas shoots his own people.
Yeah.
Why is there no video evidence? Because they have
drones in the sky. They have reporters. They've got soldiers.
No, General, it's worse. General, it's worse. That, when they did that, they showed the IDF on their YouTube page.
Yeah, no, we spoke about it because it was a completely different
video.
Yeah.
And in that video, all you could see was a couple of militiamen who looked like militiamen shooting at the ground. Exactly. Yeah. This was their official IDF. Man, they're getting bad at lying.
So was it
pretty good at it.
Systemic or systematic?
Systematic.
Okay, so then they're saying that there isn't a plan by Hamas in place to steal the aid.
Yeah, to loot it. But what I was saying is, they have drones in the sky. They've got soldiers on the ground, intelligence agents on the ground. They seem to video everything.
Now they're doing, I see now new videos, they're now doing controlled demolitions of the houses that they destroyed.
Yeah, but they've been doing that for ages.
And no videos.
Controlled demolition, they've just been destroying anything.
No videos of human shields either. I mean, they keep saying human shields.
The only shield evidence we have is them doing it.
There are videos of Israelis doing human shields. That's not, there's videos of them raping people. There's that. But the counter, in terms of proof, nothing.
You see, there's a phrase that really rings to mind, and it's quite poignant and quite accurate. Every accusation is a confession.
Yeah, where did that come from? Yeah, I've heard this.
That was me. That was me, guys.
Every accusation is a confession.
That sounds like something I would say, guys.
So Mahmoud Aouda, on the guy I watch on YouTube every day, every evening, when he gives us a report on Israel and the politics and what's happening in Gaza, he's said this multiple times. Every accusation is a confession by these people, meaning the IDF or Israel.
With some of the pictures coming out, honestly, there was a BBC article I was reading, and I'm thinking to myself, it was about a disabled boy, and he died. He literally reminded me of pictures again.
Yeah, I saw that. They didn't even blur his face or anything.
No, they didn't. But the pictures I saw, in school about the Holocaust, that's what it fucking reminded me of.
Yeah.
People, it's not a nice picture. And imagine the countless families, kids, having to go through this. They're literally dying. And the rest of the world is fucking sitting on its laurels, debating whether to recognize a Palestinian state or not.
No. General, let me correct you. The whole global south and secular
the global south generally recognizes it. The Western world, sorry.
The people that have the money and ability to actually stop it don't want to do it, and that's a problem.
Yeah, but apparently I was reading that Israel has now authorized I think it was Middle Eastern countries, correct me if I'm wrong, it's allowed Middle Eastern countries to airdrop aid into Gaza now. I might be wrong, I read that somewhere earlier on in the morning.
Interesting.
I'm not sure if you came across any.
But then the reports which I've gotten is when the aid comes, then obviously the people now go to get the aid, right? So as soon as the people get there, the Israelis basically play a red light, green light from the
shooting,
and they just shoot them.
Yeah, I read that story too. They put because you see the red light when you're in that maze thing. Yeah. That means stop, and then green light means you move forward, and they'll do they'll put the green light on and then turn it red and then shoot you.
Yeah, but the difference here is there is no actual red light, green. It's just the way how they have lights is very similar to that TV show, and it's very
but no, they do have lights. This is what they actually literally are doing. They have lights and it tells you okay, red, stop. When you're in line, you move forward from when you go into the maze thing, at the end of the maze, then there's a big area then you go up like to the area to get your food. So red, and then when it turns green, you move forward, and it's your turn to get the food. But it'll go red to green, and then as soon as you step out, red, and then they shoot you, and they laugh about it.
That is psychotic as fuck.
I know.
With regards to what you're saying, you know what's really frustrating and disheartening is when you look at the pictures and images of people clamoring for aid on top of each other. These people have literally got nothing on their plate. You can see how malnourished they are. You know, what I find frustrating, and actually it's quite upsetting to an extent, that we're seeing people that have been forced into such desperation that they're clamoring over each other with their empty dishes for aid. And a lot of these people are probably my parents' age, my grandparents' age, my siblings' age, people younger than me. People can't handle this. I can't, and I'm a cunt. With regards to, I'm very cold.
When did you become a cunt?
He's a cunt.
I was born a cunt.
That's how Europeans talk. Well, we don't use cunt here.
Sorry, it's not American.
No, I was just wondering what date. Do you have time and date stamp? When did it happen?
I was right there.
No, I get it, Lisa, but the problem is that they also have to do it under the guise of the legal protocols, right? So they're going to use all these pieces under the legal guise in order to use the smoke mirrors. That's the point, right? They can't go on and just go on a rampage and do whatever the hell they want, even though they've been doing that. They still got to do it under the legal guise. So they're going to question her and act like they're giving her immunity and blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's just a bunch of bullshit at the end of the day.
So you think Gasoline went in there with all her notes and all her stuff and wasn't assured that she was going to get off? I mean, what the fuck? That she could have went the other route, if that was the case, and give Trump's dumb ass up. That's what she could have did.
But limited immunity means that it's limited. It doesn't mean that she didn't have full immunity. She only has limited immunity, so it's only parts and pieces to it. So what are the parts and pieces that she's actually got, we don't know.
No, actually, when they say limited, they're talking about proffer, right? So like, that means like whatever she gives as an answer means that they can't use it later to prosecute her.
Exactly.
So it's just so when you say limited immunity, it doesn't mean you're immune from cookies and ice cream, right? So whatever answer she gives, it just protects her from future from like someone coming after her because now she gave answers. Because you got to remember that when they did ask her questions, she pleaded the fifth. So now she might be answering the questions that she pleaded the fifth on. So if they and that's what they mean by it. It's just proffer.
Well, Dr. AG's agreeing with me. She's like, it's not full or absolute proof. That was the point I was making. I understand that it's not cookies and cream.
No. What I'm saying is, so limited is based, when they're giving her limited immunity, right? That's proffer immunity. So that means like, if they ask you, like say they're giving you limited immunity, that is based off the questions that they ask you. So your immunity is based off whatever questions they ask you and the answers that you give. So if they ask her, it's not like it's just on, it's in a certain area and they can ask her in this area and then start asking in that area and then now she fucked herself. No, whatever they ask her, that is what the limitations is.
She's just trying to find a way to get the fuck out of jail. Any way possible, and any means possible. That's just the bottom.
Let's also remember, she's a convicted liar, right? Like, she was convicted of perjury. So whatever she provides, it's like not, like, even if she were to become a witness in a trial, it would basically be, it could easily be treated as unreliable. In fact, it probably should be.
She's presented over 100 names. And that's all that's going to matter. When they put her in front of Congress, as I said previously, and CEO and Anthony, you guys can speak to this. if they put her in front of Congress in a congressional hearing, which will probably be one of the biggest congressional hearings of all times, those 100 names that she has already provided, which will likely leak within the next 2 days to the press, those 100 names, likely including Bill Clinton, will be what the public knows. Whether it's the truth or not no longer matters at all.
Yeah, but you just put names out there without any real, without any real facts. That doesn't make sense.
Facts don't matter, man.
Well, I realize that. I do know that. But I'm saying, if you're just putting names out there arbitrarily, I mean, it doesn't make sense. They've already put Obama's name out there as being on Epstein Island. I mean, get the fuck out of here with that dumb shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just one stupidity after the other.
And see, I think that's why they gave her limited. So, like, say for example, say for example, they asked her additional questions, and now they can't use it against her. But what they can do is they can use what she said for like evidence for other people. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Like, right. So,
Yeah, like they could use it to inform their investigation.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah. So it wouldn't be used against her, but they can use it against other people.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I don't think we should be celebrating this because of the 100 names that will leak, it will be Democrats and actors for
100%.
Republicans Trump doesn't like. It's not going to be the entire list.
100% CEO, and my mom's sitting next to me. We're getting ready to go eat Italian dinner. But this is why I was telling you guys you need to be worried about the setup, because it's not going to be people that it's not going to be everybody, and it's the reason why you did a 2-person proffer and then a limited immunity, so that when she testifies, if she testifies what you like, you can grant her a full pardon based upon X, Y, and Z, right? This is why they called the influencers to the White House, so that they can prepare and say, when Ghislaine testifies, it is going to be, she was under duress. This was propagated by evil Democrats. This was coerced, and that's why suddenly now Trump is saying there is a list. So it's on. Anyway, Brian, I know what I'm talking about.
You don't. That's totally not true. You don't know what you're talking about. You guys. Oh, Lord Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, again, the biggest giveaway here.
Hold on. Go ahead, Lisa.
Hello? You guys got it. Can you guys actually hear me? Because I'm on the bridge again.
No, we can hear you now. We can hear you.
I just want to tell you guys, and Trent, while he's still on the stage, I really do not care if it's a Democrat, Republican, Independent, whoever. We are, once again, let's remind you, Trump-loving Negroes, that we're talking about children who were raped. I don't give a fuck whose name is a 100. If you have put your member in a child, you deserve to be dealt with to the highest extent of the law, period. Okay? So I don't know why you say get ready. Them motherfuckers need to get ready. Whoever was raping children need to get ready. I don't think get ready for shit. I didn't do nothing. So that's my whole thing. And of course, Gasoline is trying to get out. I would be trying to get out too. She's a human being. She's a despicable bitch, but she wants to get out. So she's using her leverage. She's been sending notes home, pieces of paper, but not home, giving it to her brother. Her brother said that she's giving him pieces of paper from her diary that she writes in every single day. So there is, whatever they don't accomplish, I know she said to them, okay, you fuck around and find out. If you don't let me out of here, I'm going to tell the rest of the, 999 other names. So, yeah, she's doing what she needs to do. I can't stand her. She needs to be in prison for life for what is the word? Being a person who supplied these children to these creeps.
I call conspirator.
Yeah, so I don't give a fuck about her. And none of these people on this fucking list, they can all go fucking down. Clinton and all the rest of them. So what are you talking about right now?
So,
Okay.
Yeah. So Lisa, so serious question. I just want to ask you how much the justice is worth to you. Is it worth it for it to only be Democrats and Hollywood actors, and for it not to be Trump? Let me finish, please. And for it to not be Trump, and for it to not be anyone Trump wants to protect, and for her to get a pardon out of this. Is that worth it to you?
You know what, CEO, to be honest with you, one child molester, one person who had sex with somebody in the 8th grade is worth it to me. I don't know what we're doing right now. What are you trying to say? I mean, because it's not. You wanted to lay it out the way you want it laid out. I mean, really.
But Lisa, how do you know that he's not using this as to weaponize against his enemies? This is what you're not understanding. What CEO is getting at, right? So, say for example, he don't like Mikey and Mickey. Mikey and Mickey might have just been on a plane on a flight log. Well, now he can use. But it's a difference because they may have never touched anyone. But because he says it, now it becomes gold. The problem is she should have had these conversations well before this. Now she's using it as a tool, and he's using it as a tool against his enemies. So we really don't know if these people actually did do something unless those files are released. The files are the evidence. What she has to say means nothing.
But what are in the files? You guys don't even know what are in the files.
Testimony.
Sworn statements. What's in the evidence? Wait a minute. Is what's in the files who had sex with whom?
There are videos. So the young lady testified. The woman that was in New York, the girls that were in Florida, have said there are videos throughout the home. They have videos.
Yeah, we talked about that.
There are videos. You think Ghislaine is fucking gonna sit here and give you the on? She's gonna give Trump what he wants so she can get the fuck out. So we really won't know the truth of the matter unless those fucking files are released.
And they won't.
I agree with you.
And to me, it's not worth it. It's a waste of time. Right now, this is for the Anthonys. You see how you put in the Democrats are cooked or whatever the fuck you put in there? That's because you got dummies out here that's gonna believe this. Instead of fucking asking, can we get the information? Can we get the information? They're more concerned with seeing their political rivals get maybe blamed for something that they may not have anything to do with. So now while you're thinking, if we could get one person that slept with a 13-year-old, there's a possibility they never touched a 13-year-old. They may have just been on a goddamn flight log.
Yeah. Okay, so if that's the case, you guys got it. I don't have anything else to say because I'm not gonna sit here and try to rationalize. Nah, you guys.
Lisa, this is important. Please do. Please get your point. This is an important conversation.
You're on mute.
I mean, if she's not gonna go, I'll go. I was waiting for Lisa.
About a goddamn woman that fucking trafficked children, so her boyfriend can get his rocks off. Are we really mad about a conversation because someone doesn't agree with her being the center of attention?
I mean, she's accused of rape too.
The only thing I came off tonight to say was the way that Trent was describing the proffer wasn't correct, because it seems to be this thing like the proffer can never be used like against her, and that's not true. There are very limited instances where information that she provides can be used against her. So it's not an absolute guarantee that she will not encounter or incur any damage from this. It's unlikely, but it is not a guarantee. The other thing is a proffer cannot contain any promises related to her case.
if the proffer contains that, because all proffers are written, they have to be written, they have to be submitted to her lawyer. Her lawyer is supposed to go over it with her to make sure that her interests are well represented and protected. And when they go before the judge, they have to produce that proffer. And if that proffer contains any promise related to her case, a judge is going to dismiss it. It's going to become null and void because the proffer isn't supposed to, they're not supposed to do that. That's illegal. So those are just like the two things that were stated I wanted to correct them.
I also want to say, like,
shouldn't the proffer protect her unless she like lies? Like so from my understanding, when it comes to a proffer, like if you lie, then yeah, you fucked, right? Or if you say something that's different, like if you contradict yourself, you're fucked. And that's the only time they can actually use it against you, because it's like
it's not the only time. There are very limited circumstances under which the information that she provides in the proffer
or if they find other proof.
Yeah, because I'm sorry?
If they find other proof.
Right. And then how the proffer would work in that situation is they can't use her quote-unquote incriminating information to exacerbate her penalty. So they can't say, well, yeah, she admitted it, so now we want to give her 5 extra years. Like, they can't use it to I guess I already repeated that, to exacerbate her penalty.
I got up at 5. I met some friends. I know. You guys are
Pearl. What do you think of the killing of the Kurds in Iraq by Saddam Hussein? What did he use? Nerve gas or something?
That was very regretful, but maybe they shouldn't have been in cahoots with Iran, helping them get over the border. Helping them get over the border. Helping Iranian enemies infiltrate our country.
She's behind it. How many died?
It's unclear.
She's done this.
Are hyperbole.
Okay, this is her belief from before. This isn't just tonight. She believes.
No, I said it's regretful. I said it's terrible and it's regretful.
No, it doesn't matter, Shape. This is what
they should have betrayed the country for which they live in.
So they deserve to be chemically
rebel a dictator.
So they should be killed by chemical weapons.
Regretful is me forgetting to lock the door.
They're asking for trouble. You obviously live in the West, where you have absolutely no idea.
What do you think of Saddam Hussein? What do you think of Saddam Hussein?
Hold on, let me explain, Pearl, since you like Webster's dictionary. Let me tell you the appropriate use of regretful. Dropping wine on your white dress. Drinking a lot of vodka before 7 o'clock, 7:30.
You don't understand Saddam, so don't talk trash.
Leaving the cake in the oven too long. All of these things are regretful.
Talking shit about Saddam. How much did Saddam help the Palestinians?
Okay, no, let me start the shit. I want to know, what do you say about Saddam Hussein?
Running out of mascara, that's regretful. Dropping chemical weapons on women and children.
Don't talk about it.
That's not regretful.
She said her words were. Ugly and humble.
Yes.
That's what she says about Saddam Hussein.
Palestinians, Edward. What's the problem?
Girl, what do you make of Tariq Aziz?
Why do you disrespect Saddam?
Why do you like Tariq Aziz?
You think I'm going to say it because he helped, or supposedly helped, or let's say he helped Palestinians. He helps Palestinians, and then what? That means he can go and kill tens to hundreds of thousands of innocent people? What are you talking about?
We've been helping. They're innocent. I just told you they helped Iranians cross the border.
They killed everybody. Women, children, old men, young men, everybody.
Then why
what are you talking about?
Oh, really? They killed everybody?
That's what chemical weapons do.
Edward, shut the fuck
Weapon
up.
of mass destruction. There's a reason it's called mass destruction, Pearl.
Shut up.
Pearl, are you Chaldean?
Why is the Kurdish population?
Yes, she is.
Why is the
You must be Chaldean.
Why is the Kurdish population 50 million then?
must be
killed everybody. I'm confused how the Kurdish population is 50 million.
That's not the point. The point is you're fine with Saddam Hussein dropping chemical weapons on them.
You literally said we killed everybody. How are they 50
No. The ones the villages that he dropped the chemical weapons on. Everybody, or near everybody.
That's an exaggeration.
Okay. Women, children, the elderly, infants, did they not all perish
Maybe
when you did that?
Openly rebel against the dictator and help his enemies cross.
Yes, she's serious. I've heard her before.
Are you serious?
Yes, she's justifying the usage.
I've never in my life heard
when I brought this up, she said Saddam Hussein Ali Yarhamu. That's what she said. When I brought this up.
You're disgusting.
No Palestinians agree.
What she should hope is to be an obedient little bitch when she's when she's frustrated about anything. Just quietly sit in your corner and don't do anything.
Do you believe that she's a cardiologist?
Who is this?
No, absolutely not.
She's a cardiologist.
She's not. If she's a cardiologist, I'm Taylor Teeth.
I'm telling you, she's a doctor. She's a cardiologist. On top of that,
there's no comparison. There's no understanding.
No, none.
What kind of cardiologist is she?
Hello.
I didn't design her.
I'm a British whore. Like, I don't care who you are. I'm not engaging with you.
This is how she's defending herself.
Why so much vodka, Pearl? Why?
I'm talking to Edward. Excuse me.
She must be stressed.
Edward does not have a British accent.
Yeah, I don't know why he's talking. Like he's no good.
Yeah, she's definitely had vodka.
Hello, yes. Are you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Go on.
Okay, yeah. The lady called General. I don't know what is offering in this one. Why you guys don't take care of her? Put her down.
The lady called
Put her down.
Yeah,
the lady went after General, so now it's time to put her down. But when she goes after Edward, nothing.
Yalla.
It's the British accent.
It seems like we are talking here about something.
You would do me a favor rather than engaging with people with half a brain.
Pearl, you won't say that using chemical weapons is bad, right?
You guys, yes, I agree. It was bad.
But
she would have took him to the Philippines and had him killed for $500.
Period. What we talking about? Listen, the men in my family don't even play like that. Like, what are we talking about? So we are literally.
Imagine your daddy saying we have sex in common.
Yeah.
So gross. Disgusting.
That shit is disgusting.
Yeah. It's
like somebody playing and recording and they talking about your daddy grabbing females by the pussy.
But y'all okay with that? And the Americans don't have nothing to say about that. They gloss over that shit all the time, Patty, which aggravates the fuck out of me.
100% agree, and I think I'm glad that Haitian said something. Because it is an important distinction because, as you pointed out, we're talking about a man whose language is, as he's written off as low as his locker room talk, even though he talked about his sexualizing his own daughter. She wasn't my daughter. Man, look at her. She's smoking. Peeping into the beauty pageant locker rooms and bathrooms. We have now seen, like, this isn't January 6th, right? We're not seeing Trump apologists for January 6th and like, oh, the election was stolen. We're actually seeing they're showing themselves. There have been multiple MAGAs that have been, I'm sorry to say it, if this is not a bridge too far for them, you're a petty apologist. Saying like, oh, well, it's, I swear, like, there have been rooms this week where some folks have been literally all but saying, well, 13, 14, is that really a kid? Where they're wearing a lot of purses.
Exactly. What the hell is that about?
Yeah. It's like, those nasty attorneys that can get in the courtroom and grill adult women, right, that were sexually assaulted. And then they go, the defense attorneys, right, and when they're like, well, Was it not true you were wearing a very short skirt on that particular evening? Is it not true that you were wearing excessive makeup? It's that kind of line of questioning that is so sick and perverted that is, again, like literally truly blaming the victim. Never mind that Gasoline was first apparently started vetting out and recruiting these underage women at Mar-a-Lago. There's a whole political article to the fact that backs that up, that has interviews with a couple of these masseuses that remembers the specifics of the time of day when she was approached by Maxwell and said, "Hey, I hear you're a good masseuse. My boss is looking for his private masseuse on this exotic island. Who's going to say no to that?" Right? And she further says that when we got there, we were essentially forced to have sex with Epstein's friends. What is their motivation for lying? They're not politically aligned. They didn't think they're going to sue this billionaire hundreds of millions. They're speaking the truth. Yet these MAGAs stand on their square and 10 toes down that, no, not the Messiah, because, hey, if he's on that list, well, what about Clinton? What about all these other guys? What about Prince so-and-so? And absolutely, at least 100 million%, I don't give a fuck what side of the aisle. If you're on that list, you're on that list, and you need to be absolutely held accountable to the full extent of the law. But these MAGAs are so diseased, and I'm so glad they're truly showing their true colors, because this makes January 6th look like a meeting at the lodge that got a little out of hand, like a bar fight. Like, you're talking about standing behind someone who there's all kinds of arrows pointing to him and Epstein, and knowing and participating with these underage women. Shame on you.
I agree with you, Moose. Oh my God, I so agree with everything.
And I want to say something about Dr. AG real quick. Dr. AG, you are not just a girl. What I have learned on this app, and even having these women are a lot smarter than the men.
Yes.
Even the fucking Suklas on the fucking app.
Oh, not
Sukla says some crazy shit, but Sukla will twist history, but she have dates. How she twisted, I have no idea. But she has the date. She can go back and forth with men. Like, women are smarter than a lot of these men. So just be a girl, because you know what? Girls are way smarter than these men on this app. We've been
nationwide to even wake up.
Yeah, with that being said,
it's just not being explained simply enough.
Ladies,
okay, my bad. Yeah.
There's millions.
I just want to say this, right?
No, I'm saying that the ladies are usually smarter than the men. You know, on this app, I'm just talking about this app.
But Patty, in real life, the same way. Y'all be our downfall, so.
Let me say this, right? In Kansas City, in Missouri, there is an actual state senator who tried to introduce a bill to literally say that it would be legal for you to be able to marry a girl at 12 years old. This is the kind of weird shit that I'm talking about. Like, this is the shit that's going on around the country, not in just what's happened on the federal side, but on the local side. They are introducing bills to be able to lower the age of marriage and consent in a lot of states. This is not funny anymore. This is dangerous as fuck. And we need to really be mindful on that. I'm gonna go.
Hey everybody, we finished for the day. Started this morning right around 9 o'clock and went to now lunchtime, and we're finished after all day yesterday and today. Glenn answered every single question asked of her over the last day and a half. She answered those questions honestly, truthfully, to the best of her ability. She never invoked privilege. She never refused to answer a question. So we're very proud of her. We're proud of how the process has worked over the past day and a half. I will say this. She has been treated unfairly for the past 5 years. She didn't get a fair trial. We're still appealing to the Supreme Court. We're going to be filing a reply in the Supreme Court on her cert petition on Monday.
remember, people have questioned her honesty, which I think is just wrong. Remember, a juror lied to get onto the jury, admitted to lying to get onto her jury. She did not get a fair trial. No prosecutor even mentioned her until Epstein died. So we feel that the process for Ghislaine has been unfair. She was denied bail. She was treated worse than an animal would be treated in jail when she was first held, woken up every 15 minutes. So we're just trying to get through the process where we are now and get her some relief. So that's where we are today. Do you feel like you're going to get something to resolve the conversation we were having last time? We don't know. We don't know how it's going to play out. We just know that this was the first opportunity she's ever been given to answer questions about what happened. And so the truth will come out about what happened with Mr. Epstein, and she's the person who's answering those questions. We don't think this will affect her appeal. We're appealing on a very important ground, which is the government at the time promised Jeffrey Epstein that any potential co-conspirators would not be prosecuted. And so she deserves that promise. And I'm surprised. I don't think President Trump knows that the Justice Department took the position that that promise should not be upheld. President Trump is the ultimate deal maker. He knows that a promise made on behalf of the government should bind the government. And so we're hoping the Supreme Court agrees with us that when the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Southern District of Florida promised that no potential co-conspirators would be prosecuted, that bound the Southern District of New York as well. I'm sorry?
That was it.
So you all aren't very concerned after hearing his comment?
Who's you all?
Absolutely not.
Nope.
Worried about which part? Like, what do you mean by that?
He sounds way too comfortable. He sounds very like we had a very productive meeting. And I think you said it earlier, Your Honor, this is all going to be PR and politics. This is not going to be about justice. And Trump is crafting a way to basically get away from all this scot-free, just use it as a political football, and it end up being damaging to one side of the aisle and not the other.
It's already damaging. It's already damaging to Trump and the MAGA. It doesn't even matter what happened.
Yeah, but the biggest giveaway to this was that Pam Bondi was not in the room. Instead, it was the person Trump's been working with for years. So this is all structured just to go cut. Y'all can believe in unicorns and Santa Claus if you want to, but this is being structured to benefit Trump.
I agree with you.
I mean, I realize that, but the way you're positioning it makes it seem like we're trying to defend things that come out, like, you know, if Clinton was involved. We don't give a fuck.
No, I'm not. I'm not
All
saying.
he said was you don't see this as problematic. That's all he said. That's it.
I think the more of this that comes out, people are going to see right through whatever the results are. So I don't really care if actors or Democrats, people are going to know that Republicans are also in MAGA and Trump.
But they're not going to be named.
It doesn't matter.
It's going to be the narrative. The narrative will cut one way.
Ghislaine is already damaged goods, and she's already purged.
That's for you, though. You got to remember his base is loyal. So when they get enough information, they're going to be like, okay, yeah, we're satisfied.
I don't believe that. I think that they are going to want specifics. Them people not playing. They want to know. And Pam Bondi already said that there are people named in them files, but they don't have enough information to prosecute the people. Those MAGA, they want to know them names. I think y'all are underestimating them or overestimating Trump's magical power over them. I think this child sex thing, it is an obsession with these people. Justice against child sex predators is an obsession with these people. And I think he's scrambling, but I think throwing them these crumbs, it's not going to work.
I don't know, maybe, Dr. AG, but all these, so even with the documentaries, these women have already spoke on what happened with Trump, and like the two girls, the girl that was working in the mansion and the sister that was recruited. She's already had that conversation. They didn't give a fuck then. Like now they're upset when it's already been revealed that this is a lot of this information is not new.
Yeah, I think the implication of the children.
I want to ask Dr. AG a question real quick.
But I'm gonna.
Okay, so Dr. AG, I just want to ask you a question because I want to make sure I'm saying this and you're understanding me. I'm saying they are going to get names. MAGA will get names, but the only names they'll get are Democrats and Hollywood actors. You don't think they'll be very satisfied and thrilled with that and giddy even?
No. I think they're going to see.
I do not.
The cat's out of the bag here.
So these people that you always complain about how stupid they are,
you don't hear me
voting
say
for
that.
Trump. I'm just giving a general point.
Okay.
I know Scotty has definitely said it. So they're stupid. If they're stupid, 99% of the time. But this is the one time you think that they're going to express some level of nuance and see through something. Guess what? It's a dopamine hit for them. All the MAGA influencers will take this and amplify it. It will make their views and their engagement go through the roof, and it'll be amplified so heavily that people will believe it because it keeps getting shoved down their throat.
This is red meat for the MAGA that is already defending pedophilia and Trump anyway.
No.
It's not going to convert people who've already left the ship because they're not going to buy Ghislaine Maxwell as the definitive testimony.
Scotty.
It's not going to happen.
Like literally. It's got the same people who were like all focused on this, and then when they threw up the Obama stuff, they started saying Obama. It will convince all of them, right? And then I hate to say it, but there's a whole bunch of independents that don't normally pay attention to politics, and they'll just hear this story. They won't have all the other context.
It's not going to convince Marjorie Taylor Greene.
No.
They want red meat. They want it now. You did not feed them when they wanted it. You said you was going to feed them. They're waiting and waiting and waiting. And now you're supposed to bring the plate. You're saying, oh, actually, there's nothing there. So people are going to be doubtful, even if you show them the proof. You show them the proof, all the documents, even if, let's just say he did or he didn't. Either way, they're not going to believe you because you held it so long. And that's going to be the issue. So even if every document said it was him, or every document said it wasn't him, they're not going to believe you. Now he effed up his base. The first thing he should have done is this is what happened. Put everything on the table. Because you held it back, they don't believe you anymore. And now your base is fading away.
And now all of your credibility is hinging on Ghislaine Maxwell, who's already a convicted sex trafficker, and that's what you're going with.
You said the top person who normally doesn't go from DC to a Florida prison to go talk to her in person. That never happens. By you doing that, you're already showing your cards. If you send an average attorney to go deal with that and interrogate her, get some information, fine, because it's not a big deal. You send your top guy, your top person, to go deal with that, it shows a lot. Why are you not sending somebody else? No, you send your top person because you're trying to hide something. Or you're not trying to hide something. Either way, it looks bad. PR, it looks horrible in every way, shape, or form. So now you have to do something about it. And on top of that, remind you,
They send everybody on vacation. So they didn't vote on it. That's another issue as well. There's too many different things you did to make people doubt. It's not just your voice, it's everything around it that you did on top of that. So people are not going to believe you. Either way, if they get the proof or not, they're not going to believe you. So now your base is fading. And let's see what happens at the next elections. The local elections, don't be surprised if it's another blue wave and you guys, oh, what happened? No, you shot yourself in the foot. You created this monster. And you're the only one to blame.
And we're also assuming that more shit isn't going to come out between now and whenever the next shit goes down. That's going to be...
See, that's what I think is the big wild card here. Is this dude's made a lot of enemies. And I believe that there is more out there that would make him look bad. Because this drip that's been happening, I don't think that's just good reporting. I think there's people out there who have stuff on them that have been like dripping it out. And I think there's probably more, but I don't know that obviously.
You have to understand, people are pissed. People are pissed. You're broke. Food got expensive. Your friends, family members getting laid off. Budget cuts here, budget cuts there. You think people are going to be happy about you? They're going to take it out. And who's the person they're going to take it out? Is you. The same way when you was running the White House last time, everybody turned on you. Everybody you hired, little by little, kept on turning on you, talking shit about you, quitting and talking about you right the next day. What do you think? This is going to be the same thing. You set yourself up for this. I really do. They set themselves up for this.
Hey, Anthony, what do you think?
Recorder with no HOA. You heard that
I
right.
thought
This
that-
Lincoln townhome has 3 bedrooms.
I'm just in listening mode. I feel like,
It was renovated
100%. The Republicans are going to reverse the trend, and they're going to pick up seats in the midterms. No ifs, no ands, no buts about it. I think it's looking Memphis bleak for the Democrats.
We talking about Trump.
I'm sorry. Anthony, let me give you a better question. Anthony, let me give you a better question.
The gentleman was saying, go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a better question. What do you think will happen? What do you think will happen if they release names and it's only Democrats in Hollywood? Do you think that the MAGA audience will be satisfied, or they'll see through that and want more?
I think the MAGA audience will be satiated 1,000%. And I think that it's, like, if you think about the mood in this very room, I love Lisa. Lisa, whatever. She can feel however she wants to. I like Lisa. She's a good person. Lisa was the biggest Ghislaine cheerleader on the app. She was excited when she heard about Ghislaine. Ghislaine is going to say what she needs to say in favor of Trump. All right? Look, if they have proof that Trump molested kids, let him burn in hell. All right? Yo, you tell me where I got to flip the switch for the electric chair and let that nigga burn in hell.
Because I'm kind of confused on what you're...
I don't know, Patty. Listen, if you're saying that you don't understand what I'm saying, I apologize.
Yeah, I really don't. Honestly, I don't understand where you're going.
I'm saying that I think that once Ghislaine puts out the names, I agree 100% with CEO's assessment. The base is going to be satisfied. They're going to be happy with the information she provides, and the information she's going to provide is going to be pro-Trump. And I think he's spot on in his assessment. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and I agree too. I think she's going to give him, whether it's true or not, she's going to give him what they want to hear.
I just want to know, Anthony, are you still supporting Trump through all of this? That's what I want to know, because I know you're happily a Trump supporter.
Rez, I said that if he has molested children, put him in the electric chair and I'll flip the switch.
But you would not know. You're not going to know. You're not going to get that message.
But the question is, he hasn't gone a breach too far by grabbing women by the pussy, talking about underage women, talking about...
I see you, tomato. Don't bother.
None of those things matter.
Those things didn't matter. He still voted.
Like the majority of the voters in this country, Rez, I voted for Trump. Like the majority of the voters in this country. So clearly it wasn't a bridge too far for them, and it wasn't a bridge too far for me.
but all of a sudden this one breaks too far. That's why
That's my point. Exactly my point. Thank you, Steph.
Don't they already have enough? Can you guys let Tomato jump in? He's been flashing his mic for like 10 minutes. Can you guys let Tomato jump in? Vivon, are you next? Okay, then after you, please, Tomato, because he's been flashing. Just flat. Go ahead.
I've been saying for 5 years, Trump is a sleazy businessman. He has no business being president.
Then Tomato.
Why do you interrupt?
Tomato, she said. Levon to go before you.
Tomato, just let Levon go and then you're next. I see you flashing in the mic. Thank you.
Is that Scotty? Did he change his name? That's what's his name? Durango, Elmo Martinez.
Biggest creep on Clubhouse.
And when people change their name, they don't want to be doxxed.
So sorry.
They don't want to be called that.
I wanted to say, I agree somewhat with Patty and CEO only because MAGA polling is still high at 89-90% across. With all of this stuff that we know, it's still 89-90. That's very, very high.
I thought his polling was at 40-something%.
She's talking about with Republicans.
Oh, okay.
Did we lose her or is that me?
I don't know. Go ahead, Tomato.
I think she stopped talking.
Okay, go ahead, Tomato, please. Thank you. Tomato?
Yeah, I think Trump should resign because this is sleazy. But I think Republicans are going to do really well in the midterms because of what I just posted in the link. The leftists are continuing to chemically castrate kids, and that turns voters off. And also the Democrats keep demanding more.
Domingo, I told you about this shit.
That's his name, Domingo. You guys are you getting Tomato?
But he did
No, because I told him he can't do that. No.
Fairness, he didn't say white liberal. He didn't say white liberal.
I did not use that term.
Can you guys hear me?
Okay, well, he got it.
So allow me to finish. Allow me to finish. If you read the link in the room chat, you will see that the Democratic Party, in order to punish a Trump voting man, they're cutting off the penis of his child. So read the link. That's why the voters are going to vote against. They're cutting off his penis.
Oh my God, Tomato. Thank you very much. And for the people in the chat who are saying, what about Biden smelling people's hair? Let me just say this, and I'm not going to be saying too much tonight because I will be triggered as hell this whole night. Biden smelling somebody's hair is no comparison to a grown, old-ass man sticking his penis inside of a young child. Biden can smell my hair and everybody else's hair all day and all night, but he is not putting his penis in a young child. So if you're using that to counterweight what's being said, then you are a lame ass motherfucker.
And Biden was not smelling hair. He wasn't smelling hair.
Y'all get this shit from, y'all just be saying
it's a goddamn picture where he just happened to be even close.
I just posted the Wall Street
Journal. These motherfuckers talking about him sniffing hair. You guys are fucking weirdos. You guys are the fuck. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you looking that deep into a picture where he just happened to be close to a child, you're a nasty motherfucker. You're disgusting. Your brain is rotten.
Hey, you know what? He sniffed hairs. I'm gonna talk next.
You fucking pervert. You're disgusting.
Is going
to sit around and think this is a real thing. You guys are sick.
If you care, get paid attention.
I just posted in the chat where Republicans are turning against Trump. And it's from the polls, so I know y'all like polls so much.
Oh, hey Matt, hi, good to see you in Westerfina.
Oh wow!
It's like
my whole name.
It's Gwen Stefani.
Hey family, happy Friday.
Hey,
pot does thicken. Let me tell you, they are turning against Trump.
Well, man, could you imagine looking at a picture and you thinking about little kids? This is what white men in America think about.
Disgusting.
No,
You
but
just imagine.
I'm
speaking that.
We got registered sex offenders in the room.
Imagine being around men that look at pictures because someone happened to be close to a child. The first thing they think about is them having some type of sexual fantasy. So you guys are disgusting pieces of shit. You nasty motherfucker.
I'm just wondering, though. I'm inviting all you guys to come up.
Lisa, you know what's disgusting is that you look over the fact that old man was sniffing little baby's hair.
Don't touch Harry. Don't
put too many sex offenders on the stage at once, guys.
No, hold up. Don't
I'm about to go. Y'all hit me up when y'all done talking these sex ass motherfuckers.
All the sex offenders on stage. Wow.
These are some sick ass white men.
Moose, you're not allowed near a school or a daycare. Shut up.
Who are you talking to?
Moose, he's talking about
PP on here.
But you see how, man? Do you see? Just notice how mad they get when their fearless leader is in. Well, no, it's because their fearless leader is being like they are going off in the chair. Look at Matt Poole. Look at people. Because anything you talk about with somebody playing with a kid should be off limits, no matter what party. But
Biden's the one who lets kids rub his leg hair. Well, okay, well, you support.
I'm not going to talk. You can talk what I'm talking.
Patient, get off the phone and mute these people. I mean, seriously. I mean, I'm not going to be doing this tonight because this is crazy and people are getting triggered left and right. Please, you guys, we're trying to have a conversation. If you're incapable of having this particular conversation, I suggest you go ahead and touch those two little fingers up at the top and leave. Because I know it's triggering, but if you're not equipped to do it, you guys, please leave. Because the topic of the room is what happened today with Ghislaine. So we're trying to talk about it, right? So, Haitian, can you just do the modding thing? Because I'm still driving. I appreciate you.
Pepe, lower your mic. Go to the audience.
All right, well, they invited me up. Can I just go after him?
I wasn't done talking.
At least I was just saying they're all upset.
So when you see the reactions of these people, like anything but say, like see where the arrows is pointing. When you can't criticize a person when they're that important to you, when nothing raises no, like, that's when you know this is weird shit. We're in weird territory. Hold on, and I'm gonna be quiet, and you're gonna add everything that I just told y'all. Watch how they show out about this man and a little child. Go ahead, Pepe.
Matt trying to give him his kid.
Sure. Well, I would say, just sound, the sound of it after the attorney met with Ghislaine, it sounds like there's a good chance that, some uncomfortable information will come out, and that, the party that loves children and mutilating their genitals and sending the kids to trans cabaret parties.
That shit's already bad.
It sounds like we're gonna find there's some.
No, you gotta stay on topic. We're looking on topic.
The fuck? I'm sick of you.
Okay, Brooklyn.
Stop lying.
Who wants to fucking go to that topic like that and pivot?
Yeah, because you're lying. And stop fucking lying.
Okay, Brooklyn, I can't talk over you, so.
Yeah, because you're not going to sit here and motherfucking lie. That's what you're not going to do. Right?
Yeah, but she won't stop talking.
No, because what we know about Trump is that they're trying to cover up some shit. And all y'all got on Democrats is fucking rumors. So you're not going to sit here and lie. All right? If you got anything to say, tell the truth. Period. Point fucking blank. Any lies, I'm cutting you off. Period. Okay? Thank you.
There's no proof that Trump has done anything with children.
You the motherfucking lie. See? I knew you was in the lie.
But there is no truth. What truth is there?
Pepe, there is proof. We have a young lady who was 13, and I think her friend was 15. Lisa Bloom, Gloria Allred's daughter, had her case. It is still there, and we have the transcripts from this particular filing. If you can ping in Michael Haitian, please. I'm in a stoplight real quick. This woman has accused Trump. Well, she's a woman now, but she was 13 years old. They recruited her from, I think, Grand Central. I don't know if it was a bus station or train station. I don't quite remember. But they recruited these two children. Okay, I'll wait for you, whoever's talking. They recruited them and brought them to the Upper East Side, to his mansion. They had an argument in front of these two young women. Who was going to take their virginity, Trump or Epstein? Trump ended up getting to her first. He took this young lady's virginity. This child is not even a young lady. I need to get my correction there. It's a child when you're 13. And he raped her. And then when Epstein came in the room, this is all in the filing, the court filing. They had an argument, and he got mad because Trump took her virginity before he, meaning Epstein, did. And then he went over and assaulted this young lady, and then he had his turn with her. She was ready to come out. There was a press conference scheduled. Everybody was there. Lisa and this young lady, Lisa as well, started getting death threats from you fucking MAGAs, you child pedos, that they were going to kill her, and they know where she was, and including Lisa, and the young lady was terrified. So she decided not to go forward with it, and Lisa made that clear. There's clips of it out there of Lisa speaking to the press about the young lady being in her office at that moment and scared to show her face or to say anything because they were both receiving death threats. So I don't even know. We're going to read the transcript. If I can get Michael in here because he has the transcripts. We even had an attorney come in who was involved in it and spoke on it. So I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. Trump is a child molester, and that's just what it is. So who's next on this?
Was that taken by the court of law? And nobody on the Democrat side is saying that if a Democrat is implicated in this list of people, that we're going to support them. But y'all are. That's the difference. Like, we want all of the troops to come out. We don't give a fuck who's on the list. Everybody need to go down. But you niggas are. Y'all okay with Trump being a fucking pedophile in chief? I understand now why y'all was so against abortion. Y'all are nasty. This is a party of nasty motherfuckers. I swear to God. And it's showing.
Mama Lisa. Hey, Haitian, have you heard anybody say that they was... I'm asking you, Haitian. Have you heard that, bro?
Anthony, when is talking?
I just want to ask. Yo, Brooklyn, you telling me that somebody's stalking you? Of all people, bro?
Yo, come on, let's get this shit civil. Let's go. Go ahead, Wayne.
Listen, I just wanted to ask, to anybody that supports MAGA or Donald Trump, don't y'all want to be invited to some cookouts? Y'all would rather have Trump over potato salad? Over some banging ass, some burgers, some hot dogs, some good old, vegetarian beans? Y'all would choose him over cookout food?
Yeah,
come to the cookout. Let them go. That's the way this called. It's time to let go of Trump. Talk about that stuff. That's the way.
What was your question, Anthony?
So what I was saying, there was, this real there's a lot of provocative stuff being said, but what was said previously was that, people are saying that they would still support him if he was proven to be a PDF file. And no one has said that. I'm asking you if you heard anybody say that. It's really provocative.
So hey, let's keep it a buck, right? No one's gonna say that necessarily.
But that's what they said. That's what
hold on, bro. Hold on.
but you literally have men over here defending the shit, making excuses.
When you say defending the shit, hold up. You know what
I'm saying? Like the whole deflection shit. Yo, Trump is the one who said last week, why are we still talking about Epstein? You know what I mean? He's the one who said that he's been dead. So why does he have people from government going to see him? Why is this fucking attorney going to see Justine? If it's nothing there. Nobody who has a fucking brain could say that there's nothing there that damaged Trump. And if anyone has fucking integrity in here, they're gonna fucking stand on that. Now to deflect and say body's smelling someone's fucking hair and bringing up all this other dumb shit that has nothing to do with fucking Trump right now, it's fucking disgusting. I don't give a fuck who the fuck it is. I don't give a fuck if it was my brothers. If someone's involved with that shit, it is that fucking clear they were involved. How the fuck as a man, as a father, as a fucking normal human being, can you fucking deflect and make excuses?
I literally said, right?
I'm not talking about
you. No, but here's the thing. No, but you know, like, Haitian, it's a specific point that I'm trying to address. Someone said that that people that support this dude have said, even if it turns out to be true, they'll still support him.
I'm sure some of them have.
Nothing you said indicated that. Nothing you just said indicated that. There's no
response, and everything that y'all say indicates it. So
none of us are going to support a known pedophile. Like, that's so bullshit.
You're a liar.
This is nasty.
Because that's a stupid question. That's a stupid question. He knows that's what they're doing. He's trying to make it be the sentence that he's thinking. And it don't matter. You shouldn't even acknowledge that.
The attitude just doesn't stand.
At the end of the day, so go ahead, Mr. Elgorty.
No, I'm done. I just don't want you trying to answer that question. Answer's not being serious right now.
Yes, he is. I'm 100% serious.
At the end of the day, we know actions speak louder than words. Alright, so your actions is showing y'all motherfuckers support. When you got someone like Matt who has a baby girl at home, make excuses. That's fucking sick, bro. Beyond sick. Pepe, I know you're a piece of shit already. Right? I know you are what you are.
We all know that.
But Matt, you're actually a father with a fucking daughter there with you and make excuses.
You never raped
in the room. Let me ask a question real quick. So, okay. So y'all say, okay, so it's obvious that y'all wasn't really good in math class, right? You wasn't able to use, deduction. You wasn't able to, figure it out from the clues that you had in front of you, right? So you have a president that for 4 years now, for the past 4 years that Biden was in office, he ran, he did all of the rallies and he promoted himself and he made all of these promises to the MAGAs about all of the things that he was going to do for you guys. That including the Epstein files. Nobody else, not Biden, not anybody in Biden's administration, no one ever mentioned it. They let Epstein die. He was dead, right? Trump ran on this. We're going to release the Epstein files. We're going to do it. We're going to do it, right? So when Bondi gets the Epstein files and gets them on her desk and says that they're there and she hasn't been able to go through them yet, that she's on the way to do that, after she does it, right? They don't want to release anything. There's nothing to release. What part of that is telling you in your mind that he's innocent of something? Matt, Anthony, Tomato, PP. What part of that is showing you stupid ass people that he is motherfucking innocent, right? A person that went from, I'm gonna give you all of the truth, you're gonna get it all, right? So, they seen it now.
nothing to release. So you are y'all that retarded that y'all don't understand what's going on behind closed doors? Just tell me. If you are that retarded, then we'll understand. I just need you to admit it. Okay, then.
So, one second. No. Hold on. To add the layer this, there is actual audio. Patient, give me 5 minutes and I'll be done with this audio of Trump. Now, everybody who's been in the 420 know that we like to research stuff down to the red meat. Okay, so there is audio of him talking about going into a dressing room of a pageant with 15-year-olds. 15. One of the 15-year-olds has spoken out about it, that she was changing into her swimsuit. She was naked. And Trump walked in because he can do that, so he says. He walked in and he just walked and was just looking at everybody. So you're trying to say that anyone who walks through a dressing room, you know where you're going. This man, you guys, we play him as dumb, but he's also a criminal and he is a child molester. So he knows how to move. He walked into a dressing room, so you guys are okay with that. 10-year-old is in a pageant and you're okay with them walking into him walking into the dressing room that is for girls and for probably their parents and mothers, and him walking through and eyeballing your daughter as she's changing naked out of a gown into a swimsuit. I'm hearing some crazy shit right now, and you guys, I know you support pedophiles in here, you people on the stage, but you're gonna get called out because there's gonna be clip after clip, tape after tape.
No, you guys support pedophiles. You guys don't shut up.
You support the hallway. We're trying to talk to you, okay? You are supporting. He just supported it. I'm sitting here telling him that we have a clip of this man admitting that he walked into the dressing room where 15-year-old girls were changing their clothes for his fake-ass pageants, because that's why he's on these pageants. He didn't give a fuck about beauty. He wants to be able to manipulate and go in and eyeball these girls and whatever, fill them up, whatever the case may be. That's what he's all about. And you, Pepe, seem to be totally 100% comfortable with this type of behavior. Peter Pan, I don't care what the fuck his name is. You feel absolutely coming off the mic vigorously trying to cut me off so you can support a man who has pedophile tendencies. Go right ahead, sir. I would definitely play that clip for you and for the room. Play the Lisa, the Lindsay Lohan. It's probably good and bad. Play that clip.
Well, I
have 10 minutes before I get home.
And they don't care. And honestly, I thought this would be something that everybody should be able to agree upon, especially since y'all was on the kid campaign about keeping kids safe and everything. It shouldn't matter like who the person is. My nieces, nephews, little cousins can't go around nobody that's even associated, rumor. I'm sorry. I don't care if that's what they saying about you. So I don't get that y'all keep saying it's not proven. It doesn't fucking matter. Yeah, I can name some other things where people have been associated with this, and it'll come out to be. I mean, if we talk about Michael Jackson or somebody else, everybody threw the book at him. But now, when it's for Trump, it's it's all these benefits of the doubt. He said we heard the thing that Lisa's talking about before he got in office the first time. Y'all heard that. Y'all heard him say he likes his daughter. Him and his daughter have sex in common. If he didn't, if he wasn't his father, if he wasn't his daughter's father, they would be dating. He's waiting to see if his daughter gets nice titties like his mama. Like, y'all heard this stuff. Y'all are okay with it. And this is what makes y'all weird. And beyond just like some crazy zany, y'all just, like a different person. This is what makes y'all weird and untrustworthy and bad for the country. This is the differentiation here.
And then they
something that was that negative about me, I would be trying to clear my name.
Exactly.
I'd be putting out effort. That would be a top priority because I got to do business with other countries. I got to do all these different things. I don't want people thinking that's okay about me or that's a possibility. And not that I got to scream about it, but no, that's not true. Let me tell you why it's not true. Or, I made some mistakes in the past, but these comments, but let me be clear, that's not okay. But this dude is sick. And anyone who follows him and who tries to pretend like, well, it's okay, you're sick. I'd rather you at least be like, I don't give a fuck. He's doing what I want him to do. At least be like that. Instead of trying to cover up for it. Well, I mean, if I saw him in the room, okay, now if I saw him in the room with the child, okay, if I knew the child, it's like you guys keep trying to move the goalposts. So you want to admit that you guys like this sick motherfucker.
Exactly, Brian. Exactly. Instead of getting in front of it and being like, hey, we all know he's a megalomaniac, loves, he has an insatiable thirst for attention in media. Look at me. Here you go, everybody. Here are the files. Nothing to see here. And humiliate the Dems again. Instead, they choose to deflect. Like Anthony or any others who are still in this weird Messiah haze that cannot see what's happening in front of you. What do you think? It's just pure coincidence that instead of doing what Brian suggested and just getting in front of it and be like, hey, I'm good. Trump chooses to put out the MLK files. He chooses to go as far as create as something that maybe a teenager influencer might try to put together, the Barack Obama AI video getting arrested by the FBI. Are y'all okay? What? Do you really think that's coincidence? Or perhaps could it possibly be the deflection? The same rude comments in the chat about chopping a penis off for transgenders is worse. We're not talking, you go to any level of whataboutism, of deflection to say this man is above the law. This man is above underage women who've been sexually violated by him and other adults. And again, don't care what side of the aisle. Throw the book at all of them.
They're not women, boo-boo. Not at all.
Children, exactly. Underage. I'm almost done, Anthony. So, to that point, come on, man. I've been up here. Y'all heard me. I've slammed Biden for this, that, and the other thing. He never shit around again. I can do that. That's a well-adjusted, citizen can do because you don't allow your entire identity to be cold-forming and let one man be above the law at the expense of these underage kids. Think about this, man. This isn't January 6th. This isn't the election of stolen. These are children. And you guys are just deflecting left and right.
For the umpteenth time, I said, let him fly if he did it. Literally, I said, I would flip the switch if he's guilty.
You're not talking about you. You're not talking about you.
But they mentioned my name multiple times.
Because you're a MAGA supporter.
Okay, so this being
I'm not even a MAGA supporter. I'm a conservative individual.
Okay, I'm glad that you said that you weren't MAGA, but you know what? You guys are going to stop with this clipping of which you guys in the chat they're talking about
really, Mel?
Transgender adults. One more time, you guys in the chat.
First,
making the decision. Okay, for you adults who are in the audience talking about transgender adults who decide a personal decision for themselves to do what they need to do to deal with a body that they feel does not belong to them or is not they feel they're not comfortable in. It's kind of crazy. You don't sound intelligent because those are adults making decisions. Let's stay on the topic. We're talking about adults who are having sex with children, not adults deciding to do what they want to do with their bodies. And it's none of your business what adults do with their body. Let's stick with children. Thank you.
Right, Lisa. Heard the clip with Trump talking about Lindsay Lohan. It's 43 seconds. She was 17 at the time. He's talking about, have you guys played that
clip yet?
No, you can play it if you
Yeah,
have
he said women with freckles were best in bed. Yeah, he did.
And she's 17. I don't know why MAGA and the Trump supporters are deflected. I mean, there's so many evidence of him in his home. Yeah, I put it in the chat. I'll put it in the
Okay,
chat.
somebody, you guys have to play these clips. Thank you.
Hey, Mr. Bond,
7 minutes out.
they don't see nothing wrong with it.
Exactly. I mean,
do the same shit.
Yeah,
Back to talking about drag queens. Like, what do drag queens have to do with this? I just really, the deflection is.
Y'all want to know what's crazy? Here's the crazy part. We all know in this country that billionaires can get away with everything. It's clear as day that this man's money is the only reason he's getting away with this shit. And you know, I guarantee you, in any other situation, you can talk to these MAGA nut jobs in this room, and they'll tell you that money will get you out of this shit. But in this situation, they have to wait for him to be proven fucking guilty. They'll ignore everything. They'll ignore the clear evidence, him with the pictures with all these fucking kids, him being friends with this fucking asshole for how long. They'll ignore all that shit because you know what? He has to be found fucking guilty, even though clear as day he's using his money and power to avoid it. They don't give a shit. So as long as you can use your money and power to avoid shit, you can go ahead and be a pedophile in this country. Because look at these idiots that support that shit. He has to be broke, and then they have an issue with him. Don't forget a white man too. That too.
You know, in Haitian, and you know what was really also very telling is that just to say, let's for 1 second, and I'll know in a second, let's just say we put Trump aside. He was friends with Epstein for 15 motherfucking years. They went out together, they partied together, they traveled together, they were in 4 different states together. He knew what this bitch ass nigga was doing anyway. So just the fact that he stayed with him for 15 years, supported him for 15 years, hid whatever he was hiding, about knowing that this motherfucker is, just say he ain't doing it, let's just say raping girls that could be his motherfucking daughter. That shows what kind of piece of fucking animal waste he is by even doing that. So if you want to just keep on cha-chaing and ball dipping for him, that's fine. Let's just talk about the fact that he stayed with somebody that is a known fucking pedophile, took his motherfucking life. He was convicted. Epstein was convicted. He was convicted. And got some stupid ass sentence where you go to jail. Only a white man with money can get, after being found guilty of sleeping and molesting children, can go to jail in the morning and play checkers and then check his motherfucking ugly ass out at night and go home and sleep in a fucking king size Posturepedic. So you guys are full of fucking shit. You should be ashamed of yourself, but I ain't gotta worry because you guys are gonna burn in motherfucking hell. So I ain't worried. Keep on talking.
Lisa, don't forget. Go ahead, Asian. I was to say real quick, let's not forget, a lot of these MAGAs, they wanted to lower the age of consent in the first damn place.
Ding, 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 ding.
And who was the lawyer? Alan Dershowitz. Alan Dershowitz, a co-conspirator and also a child molester. There you go.
Look.
Oh, that's not it. Yeah, that's not it. You gotta play the whole thing, patient. I think you just got a small clip.
That's what was in the chat, or whatever you want me to play in the chat.
Okay, no, let me find it because that's half the clip. 1 second.
That's the ones the Republicans use.
It's so crazy how vast the MAGA manosphere is. Like, you have Hoteps that are MAGA. It's a nigga named I in the chat. I am, and he spells IMEYE. Hotep. You got racist Matt, Pool, PP. You got I don't even know what the fuck category Anthony would be in. You got dummies. I mean, it's a freaking old ass nigga named Jamal.
Anthony's the hero because he's the only one there to speak. Matt, I found out Matt sounded like Minnie Mouse earlier, so that's why she don't never come up here.
Sound like Minnie Mouse.
He sounds like a parrot. It's a big defect with all of these people. Anybody that. Yeah, Matt won. That's why he never come up here. Matt, come up here and talk. I bet you won't. I bet you won't. Yeah, sound like his lips didn't drop yet.
But look how vast they are, like how different they are. But they all become under one umbrella because not only do they have a hate for women, especially. You have to have a hate for women because a lot of these things that are going on are affecting women, right? These were little girls that he was touching on and feeling and fucking on, right? And y'all okay with that. Y'all had a whole 4 or 5 year campaign about having abortions. No, abortions is wrong. No. And now we see why. Y'all want kids to be here. You want to be the ones to abuse them. MAGA is a bunch of fucking nasty men who don't have any fucking morals about themselves. You hate yourselves. You hate women. You probably hate your own daughter.
They also hide behind the church. They hide behind the church when they teaching kids.
Come up here, Beaver.
Beaver, I didn't even know Beaver
was all y'all come up here. Like this
I didn't know you was a crack.
Y'all so chatty. I know y'all think this all y'all do is come in the room and type in the chat. Like, what type of ballsy men are y'all? All y'all do is type in the chat. Oh my God, Justin claims he's the masculine gay guy. No, bitch, you claim I'm the masculine gay guy. Yeah. That's what you see, bitch. I ain't never said that. I'm as gay as they come, bitch.
Yeah, Matt puts in the chat. Matt quotes that I'm coming up here, so we can all hear his lovely, slow voice. Puts in the chat, Agent, you always sound like you're sniffing something. Like, I think he was removed from a room for actually taking that even one further, saying somebody accused somebody up here of sniffing children. Like, this is funny to them. Like, they're showing themselves.
We literally have a White House right now that's fighting with fucking South Park, a cartoon.
And look at Momo on the camera. None of y'all will come up. All y'all can't say anything. I'm gay. I'm this. I'm not scared to talk. I can speak. Can you?
Yeah, I can.
Or do y'all come and rest under the nuts of black people and type on your phones? Because this is what y'all do every night. Every night I come up in here, it's 6 Peckerwoods in the chat. Oh my God, black people. Y'all are disgruntled and mad and stinking. Ain't took no shower. Ain't washed your feet or legs. Just typing. Come up here and talk. Express your musty selves. Like, stop it. You sitting over there with your thumbs in your butt. Come up here and talk. I bet y'all won't. I bet you won't. I will bet you any amount of money that none of you pussies will come up here and say a word. Not to me.
Even racist PP comes up.
Hey, tell them we're going to put a bounty. I'll put some money on someone's cash app if they come up and have an actual debate. What up, bro? What's going on?
All right, fine. Yo, hey, Justice Kitover, gay guy. Yeah, like y'all, like I should be the least of y'all's worries. Y'all won't even come up and then y'all just keep talking shit. Listen, y'all's typing things that y'all say don't matter to me. I'll be all y'all up in real life, all of y'all. So like anything y'all say in the chat doesn't matter. I cuss bitch ass niggas like you, like y'all out on the road every day, like on the way to work. So none of that matters. Just come up and talk, express yourself. Like I know y'all make $20K a year, And y'all, so express why you're upset, why you're disgruntled. Being mad at me ain't gonna. I'm always going to have more money than you. I'm always gonna look better than you. I'm always gonna be smarter than you. So being mad at me is futile. That'll be no matter what the administration. But just come up and express why you're upset.
They're not gonna do that because they all.
Hold on. Let's get back on topic. Let's get back.
Let me reset, y'all. Okay, so okay, thank you, Haitian. I 2 minutes out. So welcome to 420, you guys. What we're talking about is gasoline. Gasoline, a convicted child molester, rapist. She also was having sex with these children. She would have sex with them at the same time with Jeffrey Epstein. And she also was a madam, and then she also was a groomer. She was everybody's fucking worst nightmare. So what happened was, it started yesterday. Trump sent his own ex-personal lawyer with a conflict of interest to go and talk to Gasoline and make sure she wasn't going to give up Trump, and maybe they could possibly lie to her and think that she's gonna get immunity. So what happened is she was granted limited immunity while talking to DOJ, and she named 100. That was just 1%. 100 different people that are linked to Epstein. So she is singing like a canary. He's saying that she's telling everything. And what everything is, I don't know. Because Trump's lawyer knows that that his name is all over that list. That's why they that's why they assigned 1,000 people to go over the list and highlight where Trump's name is mentioned in these purported files, as well as transfer them on. It's so many times they can transfer it onto a spreadsheet and put it into the computer. It's like, not mention just 1 time, 2 times, 10 times, 11 times. They have 1,000 people going through those alleged files and highlighting Trump's name, where it was mentioned, what page, and put it on a spreadsheet. To repeat myself. So we're here to talk about what's going on with Gasoline, and we all know here, anybody who has a brain in their head, know that Trump is connected. How many girls he allegedly raped, or how many young women? We have people who are coming out talking about it, and they still in here talking about it. It didn't happen. They got women literally coming out and saying that they were raped by these two fools, and they still in here trying to deny Trump has anything to do with it. It's wild. Why would they need 1,000 people to find my fucking name on a list if I only flew there to have a little crepes and salad? It's crazy. You guys need to get your life and check your ass, because you shouldn't be representing anybody who even has like you guys like to say, sniff, who even has a sniff of impropriety with children. You would drop your motherfucking kids over somebody's house who the rumor had it that they dicking down children?
Lisa, could you play the clip from the lawyer again? Can you?
Yeah, can you hit that again, please? No.
Because we need to unpack that.
The one with the lawyer speaking about gasoline.
Oh, okay, from earlier. All right,
thank you. And if you're downstairs with a pink ticket, can you guys check your tickets in, so then that way we can welcome you to the 420 Club, and we can ping you in every time we have some crazy shit going on like this. Thank you.
If you guys also heard talking about
where Trump and Palm Beach and how they were underage girls and orgies. Did you guys hear that?
No.
Okay, let me see if I can find that.
Now people are beginning unexpected and out.
We started this morning right around 9 o'clock, and went until now lunchtime, and we're finished after all day yesterday and she never refused to answer a question. So we're very proud of her. We're proud of how the process has worked over the past day and a half. I will say this, she has been treated unfairly for the past 5 years.
You gotta rewind it.
Fair trial. We're still appealing to the Supreme Court. We're going to be filing a reply.
You want what?
You gotta rewind that you went out for like
That's
a few seconds.
That's the video.
Hey everybody, we finished for the day. We started this morning right around 9 o'clock and went into now lunchtime, and we're finished after all day yesterday and today. Glenn answered every single question asked of her over the last day and a half. She answered those questions honestly, truthfully, to the best of her ability. She never invoked privilege. She never refused to answer a question. So we're very proud of her. We're proud of how the process has worked over the past day and a half. I will say this, she has been treated unfairly for the past 5 years. She didn't get a fair trial. We're still appealing to the Supreme Court. We're going to be filing a reply in the Supreme Court on her cert petition on Monday. Remember, people have questioned her honesty, which I think is just wrong. Remember, a juror lied to get onto the jury, admitted to lying to get onto her jury. She did not get a fair trial. No prosecutor even mentioned her until Epstein died. So we feel that the process for Glenn has been unfair. She was denied bail. She was treated worse than an animal would be treated in jail when she was first held, woken up every 15 minutes. So we're just trying to get through the process where we are now and get her some relief. So that's where we are today. Do you feel like you're going to get some relief? We don't know. We don't know how it's going to play out. We just know that this was the first opportunity she's ever been given to answer questions about what happened. And so the truth will come out about what happened with Mr. Epstein, and she's the person who's answering those questions. We don't think this will affect her appeal. We're appealing on a very important ground, which is the government at the time promised Jeffrey Epstein that any potential co-conspirators would not be prosecuted. And so she deserves that promise. And I'm surprised. I don't think President Trump knows that bargain that promise should not be upheld. President Trump is the ultimate deal maker. He knows that a promise made on behalf of the government should bind the government. And so we're hoping the Supreme Court agrees with us that when the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Southern District of Florida promised that no potential co-conspirators would be prosecuted, that bound the Southern District of New York as well. I'm sorry? They asked about every possible thing you can imagine. Everything. Are you
life. About Trump with the South Park.
As the debate over the Jeffrey
You went out again.
No, there was a clip on the whole South Park thing. I don't know if you want to hear it or not.
What's the South Park thing about?
He's mad.
The South Park.
Yeah, you're mad about the episode from last night.
Let me can I jump in on that real quick?
Yeah, can we unpack the first one first, and then we go to the next one.
And then too, I want Mike to talk about the case with because he can explain it. He's very, very eloquent in explaining this case about the young girl. He has all the information, and I do not because I'm driving. But Mike, when you do your submission, Michael, as well, can you tell everybody about that case? That'd be very, very helpful. Thank you, sweetheart.
So, Haitian, are you gonna play something, or Brooklyn?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, when you were talking about the South Park thing, so I'd seen clips last night of the cartoon portion where not in some kind of like censorship prison.